The most valuable thing in this world, you know, are the children we raise and get to watch grow. And when they're in school, they need to be safe. So know the plan your school's put in place. In an emergency, follow this rule. Don't try to pick up your kids at school. Protect yourself and stay safe at home to ensure your kids will never be alone. This is good advice no matter where you're from. Find out more at prepareky.com.
Thanks to our great sponsors, Jack Burford Chevrolet, ExpressRoofing.net, Cumberland Valley National Bank, CSEP, State Farm Insurance, Jerry Goble Agent, Luxury Pet Services, Equipment, Sales and Rentals, May Marketing, KYMedia.net, Real Life Community Church, Time Warner Cable, and Madison County Schools.
Welcome to the Coach Mark Center Show. Hi, I'm Samantha Burford with Madison County School Sports Television. We want you to watch the Coach Mark Center Show.
We look forward to seeing you on Madison County School Sports Television.
Welcome back to the Coach Mark Center Show. I'm Samantha Burford. We're here at Jack Burford Chevrolet, and we are doing our 2016 Madison Central Football Wrap Show. It is the end of the season. It feels like, Coach, we just did this first interview, gosh, was it back in August? So the season, even though it was longer than usual, which is a very good thing, seemed like it went really quick for me.
Yeah, it's amazing, really. We were talking about that. I had some kids working this afternoon doing some kicking, and we were talking about how, 2017 will be here before we know it.
Yes, you're already getting ready for it.
We are, and it is amazing how fast it's went. And that's what happens when you're having fun. So,
that's right. Not really a job when you have fun, right?
We had a good year.
You did. What did you finish? 8-3?
Finished 8-3, and of course I'm still sore about that third loss, but we'll get
it was
over
close.
We'll get over it. It was, and hopefully. That's another step in the right direction for a program. We have to view every situation as learning experiences, and we really, once we kind of got in our right frame of mind and playing the way that we're capable of playing, we did fairly well. It was just not quite enough to pull out the win, but like we've said a lot, we've talked a lot amongst our staff. We have to learn how to win those games, and that's all part of the process of developing the program and trying to get the program built back.
Right. Now I'm thinking all three of your losses were really close.
They were.
Yeah.
Lost.
I'm having to think back. It's been a while.
Yeah, lost to Bryan Station early in the year by 3.
Yes. And that was
in a game that was a really tough game, and we had the lead late, and their very talented young sophomore quarterback let them down the field, and so that was a very close game. And then up at Lafayette, we battled very well, and that was a back and forth game. The final score got a little bit. It looked a little bit worse than perhaps it was. It
did, but it was close the whole game.
Yeah, it was 35-31 with about 7 minutes to play.
Yeah, and to think that team, how well that team did.
Yep, they went right on to their second consecutive state championship appearance and runner-up finish, and then of course again the 26-21. They're in the playoffs to a Campbell County team. And Coach Lickard does a great job up at Campbell, and we our staff knew coming in that they had a good football team. They had played a difficult schedule, and we're getting some guys back. Some guys that had been injured, they were getting some guys back at a very key time. And they came down and played well, and heck, they brought their band down with them and came down determined to get a win. And they played well from the get-go, and it took us about a quarter and a half to get going. And unfortunately, you can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that. Overall, give us your thoughts on the season.
Well, I don't want to take anything away from the season, because of the playoff game. Again, it's we certainly have expectations of trying to make a deep run in the playoffs, and felt like that we were capable of doing so. That didn't materialize, but hopefully that does not take away from a solid regular season. 8-2 is a good year. second consecutive winning season for the first time since 2008. So I mean that's definitely moving in the right
fantastic.
direction. We're headed there. You know we're baby steps, I guess, in some ways, but a good strong 8-win regular season got us in position to host a home playoff game, which was good. A couple of big wins during the regular season, and hopefully a good springboard for 2017.
Right. So you think at each year, when stepping back from the program, and you look at each year how the seasons have changed and improved. Each year, just gradual improvements.
Right.
So that's what you want. So you've got to be excited about moving into next year. Of course, you'll have a new quarterback because of the senior, and we'll talk about the seniors.
Sure.
But your thoughts on how each year, how it's changed and improved.
Well, it has to be a steady progress. I do think that's important. A lot of times when you see real dramatic spikes or swings, then
you're not having that.
Then that if you have a spike up, invariably you may have a spike the opposite direction, and so I do think steady progress, steady improvement is what we're looking for. It's a kind of, I guess, when you look at our 5-year plan and 10-year plan, we're pretty much on track. We're perhaps a little bit ahead in some areas and a little bit behind in others, but we're getting there. Our freshman program's in good shape, our JV program's in good shape, and was able to have a winning season on the JV level, and freshmen finished at 4-5, but won 4 out of their last 5 ball games, so that they improved as the year went on. But steady progress is what it has to be about, and the crazy thing when you think about it is we're going into really our 3rd full off season. We were able to put together a little bit of off season in 2014, but staff not getting. I didn't get in the building until March, and didn't get our staff in the building until that fall and stuff. So that first off season was really preparation as much as anything else. So and here we are sitting with a group of guys that are going to be seniors next fall that were our first group of freshmen.
Yes.
And so
a little sentimental for you.
Yeah, I mean it's it just goes fast. It really, the process never ends, and that's and that's kind of what our guys are getting used to, and hopefully it's what they expect and the amount of work that we expect, because our guys jumped straight into, we got beat on Friday night. We started 2017 off season on Monday in the weight room 5th block.
I was going to say you probably had them right in the weight room.
We did.
And I was going to I shouldn't say you had them. Yeah. I'm sure they wanted to.
Well, yeah, I mean
they're ready. They want to stay busy.
They want to keep going, and that first week after the season ends, for coaches, for players, for everybody, it's kind of it's an adjustment. You see guys wandering around coming down to the locker room after school, just because out of habit sometimes almost, because we should be practicing, and I think that is a good step in the right direction for our program, because I think many of our players really felt like that following week that we really should be practicing.
Right.
And we should have been, but we've got to get those wins in the playoffs to be able to make that happen. But it is, the process is now pretty well ingrained, pretty well in place. We definitely know that that work is what it takes, and that has to continue. Because that old adage about, if you're not working, someone else is. That's definitely the truth. And so, you
outwork them.
Can't take a break from trying to get stronger. Can't take a break from trying to get faster, and all those pieces.
And staying healthy.
And that's right.
And not lose all that muscle memory.
That's right.
Because it happens quickly, doesn't it?
It does.
Especially over, you don't want it to happen over spring break, just that week even, or early on in the summer.
The dead period really is one of those times where and it's great. I'm also a firm believer that kids need a break, and there are appropriate times for breaks.
Mental break especially.
That's right, and certainly the body needs time to recover, the mind needs time to recover, and things like that. But at the same time, to do this and do it at the level that we have to do it at. We're chasing the Scott Counties and the Trinities and the Simon Kentons and Lafayette, and right in our own district. So there's a lot still to be done, and even when we accomplish those goals and we're competing year in and year out with those teams, we'll have to take the next step
Right.
when that comes.
Well, all of us here at Madison County School Sports Television want to congratulate you on your Coach of the Year, 6A, I guess District 8, correct? Coach of the Year. I know you're very humble, but what are your thoughts on that?
Well, it was a very nice honor. I hope that our players and most of all my staff understand that just how important that is. I mean, that is a very nice honor for me, but there's no way that I could come close to winning anything like that without those guys. I mean, our staff is just incredible, and they do a very, very good job.
I'm not surprised that you
coaching.
tell us that.
Well,
I'm expecting you to say that,
They-
actually, because you're very
they do.
humble and
They do.
kind.
Well, I mean, but it's true.
It's
I mean,
true.
It is the honest
Takes
truth.
a
I mean, it's
Big team effort.
Yeah, I mean, we've got 12 guys on varsity staff and 4 guys on the freshman staff, and just all the pieces that go in, because there are many times where I'm handling off the field stuff where my coaches go out and I don't have the second thought of knowing that my coaches have practice started and rolling and everything.
Not
goes.
standing around waiting on you
Yeah,
to come in
there's-
and direct them.
Right, and because there's a lot that does go into the organization of everything, and just trying to put it all together. And I'm so blessed with a great staff. I say this a lot, and I truly believe it with all my heart. There's a lot of small colleges around this area that would be tickled to death to have my staff.
Oh, yes, I'm
And-
sure.
And they're great guys, and then of course it also. Players have been making coaches look good for a long time, and so you got to have players, especially at our level. You
Yes.
have to have players to be able to compete and do some things. So we're hopefully moving in the right direction on that. But again, I appreciate it, and so many people have been so kind and,
Yes.
and offering congratulations and stuff like
Comes
that.
with a big raise, right?
Talk to Drew. That
Everybody call up Drew.
yeah. We'll just keep right on.
Yeah,
going
we'll
on
just keep that going.
Yeah.
Well, talking about your other coaches, do you have any coaching changes, staff changes, as far as next season?
Nothing that we're aware of yet, and honestly, I think that as much as anything, is a key factor in the steady improvement that we've been able to make. I've got a great group of guys surrounding me, and they work hard and are very dedicated to our program, and I've got guys that may have opportunities to be head coaches. I've got guys that may have opportunities to, move into other directions and things like that. And certainly, if those opportunities come, we'll cross that bridge. But I want what's best for them as well. But the consistency and the continuity of our staff has been very good in helping our players to develop. I think that's important. Players need to know what to expect from their coaches and be able to develop that trust with their coaches. And each one of my assistant coaches, and I'll tell them this at the beginning of the season, and they're the head coach of their position, and then we all come together to Coach Kirk's the head coach of the defense as my coordinator, and Coach Jones on offense, and all those different various things. So the responsibility is there and the accountability is there, and we just kind of try to build it up from that. So the consistency of the staff, I do think, is important. We had a great pickup last year in Tony McCombs. Didn't even really realize that we were going to get him until later on. It was almost spring ball before we got him in and really got him, consistently full time, in the summer. And he was a great addition to our staff. Losing Coach Miller last year, certainly, he was awesome in helping us get things established the first 2 years, and I just can't say enough about what a great job Coach Kirk did with the defense.
Yes.
And all of our defensive staff, but as he's leading it up.
Right. Leading the team.
We did some really good things. We gave.
I know you got your notes over there. 'cause
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Gave up. We gave up 15 points a game this year, roughly 15 points a game. Forced 26 turnovers. One of the best statistical defensive seasons.
I was going to
since
ask if that's a
2003.
record.
Well, I don't know that it's a record. We've got a pretty consistent record book. Years ago, when I was an assistant, moving from assistant from Coach Raines into Coach Turner, George Powell, who played at Central, was assistant principal at Central, and now out in Owensboro. great guy, and was really dedicated coach for Central back then. He passed along a record book that he had been keeping, and someone had passed on to him.
Okay.
And so
Who keeps hold of that now?
I do.
You do. Okay.
And so we we do our best to kind of keep that updated and keep and there's a lot of really good information in there, a lot of things that are very, very well caught up, and some spots where it's missing some things that I'd love to be able to do in all my free time.
Oh, absolutely.
Do a little
when
bit
you're not at a middle school football game or
research and catch up on. But we've got a lot of stuff. But statistically speaking, this defensive season was probably one of the was statistically one of the better ones since about 2003 in terms of yardage given up and points given up per game, and certainly forced turnovers. They did a great job with that, and so lots of various different things on that. Some of our guys. We'll get to a little bit later talking about the seniors, but a couple of our seniors moved up in the career standings and things like that. But again, getting back, Coach Kirk did a fantastic job taking over the defense full time this year. He had been kind of a co-coordinator with Coach Miller, and just can't say enough about all he did. And
people were talking about the defense, and then as far as offense, the talk was about the speed and this was really most teams you typically talk about one thing or. That's the aspect of it that people are like, okay, yeah, this team's got a great defense. But it seemed like as the season went on, you guys just kept getting better and better, and it was a well-rounded team.
Well, and from an offensive standpoint, we were amazingly balanced. I think we had just over 1,600 yards rushing and about 1,640 some odd yards passing. From a yardage standpoint, we were nearly 50-50, which is pretty cool. We spread the ball around, had 17 different kids score a point in a varsity game this year. That was kind of neat. Had 5 or 6.
That's a cool number.
Yeah. That's a lot of kids getting to get in
to
the
touch the
scoreboard.
ball.
Yeah, and not to mention, we had, I'm pretty sure that I've got to go back and look at it because we're getting ready for our banquet on not this Saturday but next. And going down right now, but I'm pretty sure that we're going to get to letter every single player that dressed for varsity, which is another cool thing.
Yes.
So and I think that's important because as the numbers continue to grow, it's not the easiest thing in the world to get everybody involved. And certainly some guys would love to be more involved and have more playing time than what they're getting, but I think our guys understand that they're earning the time that they're getting, and when they earn their opportunity to get on the field and taking advantage of that shot when they do get on the field.
Yes.
So, but yeah, had as the season progressed and the season went on, had some guys emerge. Early in the year, I kept talking about we're looking for guys to step up and show that they're playmakers, and we had guys begin to do that. I think. Ethan Hahn steadily developed over the course of the year. Antoine Warford really showed as the year progressed what he's going to be capable of doing, or just a little taste maybe of what he's capable of doing. We're expecting big things out of those guys in the future. Keenan Miller just had his district season was just phenomenal. He had 10 touchdowns receiving for the regular season, but 8 of those came in those 4 district games.
Yes.
So he exploded. Evan Harris steadily came along at one of the other receiver spots. Lots of guys just, and we kind of knew Jabari was going to be a consistent force for us, and he had a really, really good season at running back. And then Gavin Holberg kind of emerges as another back, a different type of back, a nice complement to Jabari. So, the offense, while being a work in progress all season long, did continue to develop, and I think. If we had been fortunate enough to play on, I think you would have seen that offense continue to get better.
Yes.
That's probably if I were to say that there's one thing that I don't want to say a regret because that's the wrong word, but just the one thing that I wish we could have seen was just how much better this team could have been. Mm-hmm. Because I really think that we got better every single week. And
I would agree, and I think that your fans would agree with that too. But you say even if you could have kept playing, they would have just kept getting better.
There was more room for improvement.
Wow,
and
that's impressive.
I believe that with all my heart. There was more room for improvement because, and that's a work thing. But that's also a really fun thing for a coach because you keep getting better, and it's unfortunately we won't see what the 2016 edition possibly could have reached.
Mm-hmm.
But on an exciting standpoint, hopefully, again, a good springboard for 2017, and hopefully we can continue to improve.
Yes. Now you had 6 players that got honors.
All district.
All district honors. So we want to name seniors: Landon White, Zach Harden, Keenan Miller, KJ Long, Tristan Moorhead. And then you had a junior, Blake Hammonds. How about a big congratulations to them? That's fantastic. And I know a couple of them are talking about playing in college football.
Right. Yeah, we've had a lot of schools in over the last week and change. A lot of guys, a lot of colleges coming in, talking to some of our guys, and it looks like we're going to have some of those guys have the ability to move on and fulfill, their dreams of playing at the college
Did
level.
they even make a decision yet?
And no, well, I mean, Zach has been committed to Moorhead for a long time, and I think he's very solid in that commitment. I mean, certainly there's still people coming in wanting to talk to him and things like that.
And Landon?
I feel like he's very solid. Landon, the buzz seems to get more and more around Landon. Everybody comes in wants to at least talk to him and see, and he's getting some pretty good opportunities that kind of starting to pop for him. It seems like we're seeing more bigger schools coming to start talking with him, and then a lot of guys too have I think KJ's going to have an opportunity to play at the next level. Elijah Haskins, Darius Allen, several guys, and we've got a couple of guys that honestly have several opportunities to play at the next level that they've just decided that at this point they're ready to go be college students and
not play.
And that's great.
And that's okay.
That's great too. I think it's better to know yourself and make that decision now, as opposed to put yourself in a situation and to where a team's counting on you to be a big part of their class and then decide later on. So it's
but they have the option.
But they
can make that decision.
That's right. They have an opportunity, and then it's up to them to do what they will with it. So.
And a lot of kids don't. I mean, I can understand that.
Sure. I mean,
they're ready to
because it's
be a college student.
It's a big commitment. It really is, and it's funny because a lot of guys grow up dreaming about playing college ball, and then when they get into that grind of college ball, and it's
every
6 a.m. weight room, 8 a.m. class, then lunch, then class again, then practice, then film, then study hall, then
and you get up and do it again the next day.
It's a full day.
Plus, try to get your homework in there.
Yeah. It's a
and call your parents at some point.
Yeah, they better do that. Yeah, seeing. Guys like Will Omer, who has, he seems to be doing very well at Marshall. And some of our other guys, Cody is at John Carroll, and Dante Altamirano is at Mount Union. Dante Mentor from 2014 is still down at Charleston Southern, and we've got a handful of other guys out there on college rosters, and they're all out there battling, doing good things. And I think we'll have more guys on college rosters this fall, and hopefully we'll continue to do that, because it's definitely a part of the process of having kids have that opportunity. I think the more kids that get that opportunity, and the more young kids that see kids getting that opportunity, they'll want to maybe play football and come
and be a part of the central team,
be a part of our program
to get them there. That's absolutely right. I know you're busy as far as you had sons that played middle school ball, and then you got. I know that it's football all the time. Do you get a chance to watch any of the other football teams that, of our middle schools that your son may not be on? Or any, because in the parade there were several football floats that came by all these championship teams with the Little League. So that's fantastic to see so many young men interested in the sport.
It is. And
the future of Central.
The bowl games, the middle school bowl games, some that we host and others that we get a chance to have at our field, that gives me a really good opportunity to see the teams, and obviously I'm seeing them when my boys are playing as much as possible, and I'll try to sneak over if I know one of the teams are playing at home and catch just a little bit of it. We got an opportunity again this year to host the Youth League Super Bowl, their Super Saturday, and I got to see a lot of kids play in that. And
I got to be excited to see you there too.
Well, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was a great day. We had great weather. It was amazing weather that day for real. And we had, of course, a couple of my assistants now have sons that are coming up through the youth league too.
Yeah.
So So it's just
You guys are football every day of the week.
We're continually
Yeah.
at it, but that's a good thing. And
Yes.
it's
The future looks bright.
extremely exciting and extremely scary for me to think that Cannon will be a freshman next year and Caleb will be a 7th grader. So that's on the horizon, and
And is he wanting to play on the freshman team?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And but it's also a real cool thing for me personally because even when we were at Garrett, my wife taught here and things, and we had just the opportunity to. Cannon would play here in basketball and baseball, and he would play. Football over at Garrett in the youth league over there. So he made a ton of friends over there and over
Yes.
here. But we've watched these guys grow up in the 8th grade class and the 6th grade class. We've watched a lot of these kids grow up, and so I know a lot of them really well. And it's exciting to see them grow and them come into the age of being about to enter the high school level.
Yes.
And so. I hope
How
a
the
lot of them
change
play.
is going to happen.
Yeah. And I hope a lot of them stick with it.
Yes.
I feel like because there's a lot of guys in this age group that can be very good athletes.
Yes.
And across the board, all kind baseball, basketball, football. I'm hoping that they stick with it because again, we could potentially have 60 plus kids on a freshman team next year.
Oh, that's fantastic, isn't it? That's a lot.
The 7th grade group coming is really strong. The 6th grade group coming behind them looks to be really strong, and so I'm really excited about that part of it.
Earlier you mentioned the banquet. You said it's coming up. Do you give out, just briefly tell us, do you give out awards, or what do you guys do during your banquet?
We give out academic awards.
Okay.
Of course, naturally we'll have senior awards
Right.
that are part of it. We try to keep our awards team driven. As far as we haven't traditionally done like an MVP or anything like that. I think that stuff kind of comes with the natural recognition of the game and how those things go. But we try to make a big deal out of our academic awards. We'll give a highest GPA
That's
and
fantastic. Well, they're
overall
students
awards
first.
for 375 GPA, and we really want to put the emphasis on the student athlete part of it with our awards, and then we'll honor our seniors, and we'll definitely make sure that they understand how much we appreciate them, and hopefully it'll be a time for us all to kind of get together and have a nice meal and a nice time and enjoy each other's company and kind of go from there.
Now, I'll let you determine how much stats you want to give on any of the players. I know we've discussed the 6, but
Yeah.
I'll let you decide on that.
Just some of the
You
notes.
brought the stats, yeah.
Yeah, some of the notes that I had here. This just we.
That's a lot of notes.
We had like we talked about the defense there, and
Yes.
it was offensively 28 points a game and almost 300 yards per game. We talked about consecutive winning seasons. Keenan Miller.
Yes.
Keenan Miller finishes his career ranked 4th on the career receiving touchdowns list with 14. His 10 touchdowns this season was also the 4th best single season. Zach Harden finishes his career 2nd on the career passing yards list with 5,825. He's also 2nd in career passing touchdowns with 59. Landon White finished 3rd in career extra points made. The kicking stats really are kind of thin. The extra points made stat is really the only one that we have really good consistent stats on. I tried to do some digging on field goals and things like that, and dating back to kind of mid-90s ish.
Wow, that's back a long ways.
That is, to me it doesn't seem that far, but now I think about it and I say it out loud, and that
really
is quite
is.
a while. His field goals made and extra points ranked very high. Going back to about mid-90s and things like that. So. And I would love to have an idea of like touchbacks and things like that because 45 out of his 60 kicks this year went into the end zone and 4 of them went through the uprights. So
Isn't that
that's
incredible?
pretty good on kickoffs.
I mean, you pretty much knew when he was getting ready to kick the ball, he was either going in or was going to the other end zone. I mean,
yeah,
and if he
did a
missed,
great
I think
job.
I think he missed what? too the whole season?
Well,
Extra points or something?
Yeah, it was something like
And you
that.
stood there and went,
we
I
had-
can't believe that didn't go in. Because it was stunning that it didn't.
We had so much trouble with our holders. We had Hunter was doing a fantastic job. Of course, Jared Grant was
You had to
consistent
switch.
holder.
Yep.
Hunter was doing a fantastic job with holder, and we lost him at the beginning of the year, and then we just kind of kept on going from there. And one week we Armand Altamirano took over, and then we lost him due to a dentist appointment. And he had some teeth pulled, and then another sophomore went in, Alex Popacek, and so there was
inconsistency there.
It's very important to those guys, but I'm just super proud of these guys. Obviously, Zach capped off a great career with a very, very strong senior season.
You're gonna miss them all.
Yeah. I mean, we could talk about every one of them.
Yes.
Two guys that I haven't talked a lot about that really key contributors is Danny Thompson at center and Nathan Britt at guard. They were really good, steady, hard-working guys on the offensive line that made our offensive line go and improve greatly as the year went on. And of course, you can't forget to talk about Tristan Moorhead and KJ.
That's
Long.
the name that came to my mind was Tristan. He won that award during your Saturday event, your big bowl games.
Yeah.
And he won your MVP of that game, and he consistently throughout the entire season gave you wonderful play.
Yeah, just did a great job at inside linebacker, and
Yep.
I keep telling these college coaches coming in, if there's a guy on our team that has been, if we've made a big play defensively the last 2 years, KJ Long's been close to it. And Christian Everly had a great year at safety, and just on and on and on. I mean, a lot of these guys, and we are, that we've got several seniors that are moving on, and we're gonna certainly miss them. But at the same time, that is the nature of the program.
Right.
That is the nature of what we're trying to build. We've got guys that are very talented coming in to hopefully fill those shoes
Yes,
and
it'll be tough.
fill them adequately, and who knows, some cases may even raise the bar. So
Yeah. And I know you don't give away secrets because, everybody's going to be like, me, pick me, coach. I want to be the quarterback or I want to be the center or whatever.
Right.
And that will be determined.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
spring ball and
That's
summer,
right.
and honestly, that this is something that most of our guys understand right now. And one of the great blessings of our administration supporting the advanced PE classes, we've got the core group of our varsity football team in our 5th block weightlifting class, but we also have some guys that were perhaps not able to get into that class for whatever reason, scattered about in second and third periods and whatever, and so I'm able to keep a close eye on them and their development. But they know they're being evaluated every day, and so that evaluation process started 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
So again, it doesn't end. It is a continual improvement, a continual evaluation of who's going to work to earn those spots.
Yeah.
And when they get an opportunity to earn those spots, hopefully they will. And somebody will.
Yes.
And so hopefully some of those guys will take the idea of why not me.
Right.
So it's going to take a lot of hard work between now and then to get there. But spring ball will be here before we know it. We'll be doing a show
which we'll
about
all be
that.
happy to get it through the snow and get us into some spring.
Yeah.
All right. So the big question is, what do you do on Friday nights now?
I've tried to be a dad and a husband for the last few
weeks.
Yeah, I did. A couple of my coaches slid out last weekend to go watch a couple of state championship games.
Oh, I was going to ask, did you go to see Lafayette?
We went to the Saturday games,
Okay.
the 3 and the 6A game, and we did that. And I've honestly just tried to catch up a lot on some of the things that I've been missing. So,
Date nights.
So I haven't had a chance to do that
Oh,
yet.
you got to do that.
But the anniversary is coming up on the 22nd.
Okay.
So
All right,
hopefully
Coach. Big gift.
We'll be able to work something out for that. Hopefully.
Well, congratulations. It's been a fantastic season. we're all extremely excited that the season, it just kept getting better and better. And as a fan and the media, that's what you want, and I know it's definitely what you want. But it made it a lot of fun for the fans.
It is, yeah, and that's what we want. That's exactly what we want to do is produce a good product. Most importantly, we want to produce good young men.
Yes.
Or at least help in that process. And we got great kids, so that's we appreciate everything. And again, we're very happy for the season, but we know there's more to do.
That's right. Well, we are looking forward to next season, and we'll soon be determined, like you said, who all that starting lineup will be. And
yeah, I meant to bring a copy of it. I can get that, Randy, if you need me to. Our 2017 schedule.
It's out.
We've got it
Okay.
ready to go. So we'll open up with Lexington Catholic in the Roy Kidd Bowl.
Hello.
And we'll be
Welcome to the season.
2017. So we'll open up with Catholic in the Roy Kidd Bowl.
They're going to be out for revenge.
Oh yeah, that's
Yes.
fine. We'll be ready.
Okay.
Then we'll go to Woodford County, and then back. Let's see, go to Woodford County, and then we will be participating in Madison Southern's Bowl. I don't know if Coach Clark has revealed that yet or not, but we'll be playing Pulaski Southwestern in Madison Southern's Bowl, and then the following week we'll host Madison Southern. And then we will have on the road at the new Frederick Douglass High School in Lexington. And then the week after that will be homecoming against Bourbon County, and we'll have an open week, and then we'll jump into our district schedule, which remains the same: Tates Creek, Lafayette, and GRC, and then wrap up the year week 10 against Bryan Station. So, it's some
Never easy.
familiar faces,
Yes.
some new faces. Never easy.
You said the new high school is coming here. Did you say you're hosting
We
them?
go there.
You're going there.
We
I
go
missed
there.
it. Okay.
Mhm. We go there.
That'll be exciting.
Yeah, a lot of things, a lot of excitement there. GRC looking for a new coach. They're going to be a different team next year. The new 6A school in Lexington. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of hype around
That's
that.
right.
And lots going on.
I guess they've already hired a coach, I would assume.
I don't know if they have or not.
I don't know either.
I'm sure it's on the horizon though.
I'm sure someone will tweet in and let us know. They always do, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Coach, congratulations, and congratulations to you on your award, and what a wonderful season. And all of us here at Madison County School Sports are just very thrilled that you're willing to be with us and give up your time away from your family, and very excited to have you with us, and congratulations once again.
Thank you guys very much. Appreciate all you guys do to promote high school football, and certainly we appreciate all of our sponsors and all the help that folks have given. And we'll have our 2017 banquet here and wrap it up, and here we go.
All right, Coach. Thank you so much, and thank you for watching. And until next season, we'll do a wrap of the Coach Center Show.
The most valuable thing in this world, are the children we raise and get to watch grow. And when they're in school, they need to be safe. So know the plan your school's put in place. In an emergency, follow this rule. Don't try to pick up your kids at school. Protect yourself and stay safe at home to ensure your kids will never be alone. This is good advice no matter where you're from. Find out more at prepareky.com.
Thanks to our great sponsors, Jack Burford Chevrolet, ExpressRoofing.net, Cumberland Valley National Bank, CSEP, State Farm Insurance, Jerry Goble Agent, Luxury Pet Services, Equipment, Sales and Rentals, May Marketing, KYmedia.net, Real Life Community Church, Time Warner Cable, and Madison County Schools.